Hello friends! About 4,500 years ago, a wonder of the world was built in Egypt, one that continues to amaze people even today, the Great Pyramid of Giza. With a height of 147 meters, it remained the tallest structure in the world for over 4,000 years. Heavy stones were used to build the pyramid, and it is said to weigh 6 million tons, compared to the present-day tallest structure, the Burj Khalifa, which weighs a mere 500,000 tons. The question that leaves people dumbstruck: how was it built? Back then, people didn't have cranes, bulldozers, or modern technology. They didn't even have wheels. Yet, they built a monument that still stands today. Can you imagine a structure standing for over 4,500 years through hot summers, storms, torrential rains, and weathering? There's no other surviving structure as old and as big as this. Come, let's understand the mystery of the pyramids in this video. The Great Pyramid is arguably the most enigmatic structure on the face of the Earth. Built around 2500 BC, it was the tallest structure on Earth for more than 3,500 years. Built as gargantuan tombs of shining white limestone, the pyramids are designed to hide the dark secrets of the dead. The further back we go in time, the more difficult it gets to figure out exactly what happened, when, and how. It's estimated that the Great Pyramid of Giza was built in 2560 BC by Pharaoh Khufu. The monarchs of ancient Egypt are known as pharaohs. We don't know much about Pharaoh Khufu except that he was the second monarch of the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. His reign is highly debated, with some historians estimating 23 years, some 34 years, and some more than 60 years. The pyramid is located on the west bank of the River Nile. If you see photos or videos of it, you'll notice it isn't the only pyramid. There are 2 other pyramids built on the same site. Of the 3, the tallest is the Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu. Smaller than it is the Pyramid of Khafre, the second largest pyramid in Egypt, said to have been built by Khufu's son, Khafre. The third and smallest is the Pyramid of Menkaure, believed to have been built by Khafre's son. These aren't the only monuments from that era. In addition to these, there is the Great Sphinx, several burial tombs, and smaller pyramids. It's said that there are a total of 118 pyramids of varying shapes and sizes, many eroded by weathering, with only a few in good condition. The most well-preserved are the 3 pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza. Why were they built? Like many ancient monuments, they were built as tombs. Pharaohs were buried inside the pyramids. Ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife, that life didn't end at death. After death, the soul would travel to the underworld, where it would be judged by the gods. Those who lived good lives would remain immortal in the afterlife. So, pharaohs commissioned tombs for themselves during their reign. Large amounts of food, treasures, jewelry, furniture, and clothes were buried with the pharaoh to be used in the afterlife. After death, the pharaoh's body was mummified and sealed in a sarcophagus. You might wonder how we are sure this is why the pyramids were built. 2 main reasons. The texts on sarcophagi and pyramids tell us about their customs, and many pyramids have been used as tombs. However, no substantial evidence has been found inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. When archaeologists entered the Great Pyramid, they found 3 relics and an empty sarcophagus believed to belong to Khufu. It's thought that the treasures surrounding it were looted before archaeologists could get to them.
The further back we go in time, the more difficult it gets to figure out exactly what happened, when, and how.
People who disagree with this theory have come up with bizarre alternative theories.
One popular theory claims the Great Pyramid was a power plant that generated electricity. They argue that the ancient Egyptians were technologically advanced and knew how to harness electricity. Some ancient artwork is presented as evidence, with depictions of what they claim are light bulbs, but there's no solid evidence to support this claim.
Another popular theory claims the pyramid was a granary for storing crops. This theory was proposed by American politician Ben Carson in 1998, who said it was built by Joseph from the Bible. However, historians today are in agreement. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built as a tomb. Now the biggest question, how were the pyramids built? This is the most mysterious aspect.
How did people, without modern machinery, build a 147-meter tall structure using enormous rocks weighing anywhere from 2.5 to 80 tons. How were the stones stacked without the use of wheels, and within a period of 20 years? Historians believe the Great Pyramid of Giza was built within 20 years.
There are several theories, but let's first dispel a misconception. The pyramids weren't built by slaves. This idea, suggested by the Greek historian Herodotus, is false. The people who built the pyramids were highly skilled laborers. They were well-fed and treated better than the average Egyptian citizen at the time. It's estimated that about 20,000 to 30,000 workers were involved in the pyramid's construction, working 10 hours a day using about 5.5 million tons of limestone, 8,000 tons of granite, and 500,000 tons of mortar. How were the rocks moved? The most plausible theory is that rafts floated the stones down the river from quarries, and they were then stacked using sledges over wet ground. A 2014 study suggested that wetting the sand reduced friction, making it easier to pull the stones. Once the stones arrived at the site, ramps were likely used to lift and stack them. These ramps were uncovered in 2015 in a quarry. A system of wooden pillars and ropes likely helped lift the stones. One major challenge is explaining the speed of construction. To finish the pyramid within 20 years, a stone needed to be placed every 3 minutes, working around the clock. It's difficult to say exactly how they achieved this. How did they design the pyramids with such precision? The pyramids point exactly toward the 4 cardinal directions, with an error of only 1/15 of a degree. Without modern technology, how did they achieve this?
A popular theory involves the autumn equinox, when day and night are of equal length. Another theory is that the Egyptians used constellations to align the pyramids. Theories, like the Orion correlation theory, suggest that the pyramids were aligned with the stars in Orion's belt, though this theory has been challenged. Constellations have shifted over time, and modern alignments don't match perfectly with the pyramids. Some conspiracy theories even claim aliens built the pyramids, but these ideas go against scientific thinking.
The mystery of the pyramids lies in acknowledging what we know while leaving space for further research. If you get value with this video, please like, share, and subscribe to GeoMatrix for more.